read. Similar question?
Yeah.
How many copies were sold? You say it's on the bestseller list.
No, it was on the Amazon top 50 bestseller list.
How many copies were sold?
I don't
How
know.
many copies were distributed?
I don't know.
Because when we listen to somebody else that wrote self-published a book, and you end up saying you get on the bestseller list if you have 5,000 copies or 7,500, and then you end up going up from there. And it's just kind of.
I will tell you what. To be fair, I will ask that question because I don't want to report inflated numbers.
Right.
So I will double check, but I don't know. That's just what I heard, so I said it because it sounded cool.
It sounds like 10 million people might want the
Just
book.
curious to confirm something else.
They probably did not sell 10 million copies.
We have time for about 1 or 2 more questions.
Okay. People who haven't asked a question yet, please. Sorry. Okay, so got your hand up. You haven't asked a question? Okay, you and then you. You first.
You mentioned that there were various things where you had to pull back from an opinion and backpedal and take a more neutral stance. Could you tell us what areas those were in?
No, because I don't want to get into the free will versus Calvinism area. I don't want to get into Bible translations. I don't want to get into end times theologies. I don't want to get into a whole host of things that would divide us. That's not the subject for tonight. The things that backpedaled on was evolution. I can talk about that in this audience. I went from evolution to no evolution, and I'm firmly in the young Earth creation camp, and I never thought I would be here. But I had to be here if I wanted to be consistent in my faith. But anything else, though, is not a topic for discussion here. Talk to me afterwards. I'll have a good time. Maybe we can duke it out a little bit. Sir?
So I have you said a few words about the rate of mutations that occur, and there were 2 models. The one was 100 or 300 per generation, fit with a short time frame, and the other one was based on man for monkeys or something 6 million years ago. It seems like it wouldn't be that hard to differentiate which of those 2 were true.
Yes,
I don't know anything about the details of that. Can you just say a few more words about that?
knowing that measurable mutation rates are so high, the evolution, now that's perfectly comfortable for me. I'm perfectly happy with that. But if mutation rates are that high, there's a problem for evolutionary theory for 2 reasons. One, it wouldn't take very long to make all the genetic diversity amongst all the species in the whole world. And 2, we all go extinct very rapidly also because we can't survive that load. So what they do is they've come up with some ideas, and some of them are true. Most mutations aren't passed on. Because you think about it, I'll say it this way. This is a thing called coalescence theory, where if you look at a group of people, well, they all go back to a common ancestor pretty early. If you look at the people from Iceland, less than 25% of the people alive in 1780 are the ancestors to every single person in Iceland today. 75% of the population in the late 1700s have no living descendants. And if you go back generations earlier than that, you're going to get all the Icelandic population having a single common ancestor a long time after the Icelandic population was founded because of mathematics. And so what they do is they say things like, well, sure, all the mutations that occurred in all those people didn't count because they all winked out of existence. They didn't leave any descendants. And things like that. There are mathematical ways to explain away a significant portion of those mutations. But they can't explain away enough of them. They still have a paradox. And the more we get into functional junk DNA, the worse their paradox gets. And the more mutations that they admit to, the worse their paradox gets. They've only admitted in print, as far as I'm aware, to 100 mutations per child. Another one I know is 72 mutations per child. I've heard that orally in a conversation, the guy who said 100 says, oh, it's probably closer to 300. I believe it's probably closer to 6, 7, 8, 900. Single letter changes. And that doesn't count for deletions. Every single one of you have a significant, probably millions of base pairs that you're missing from one chromosome. Now, you're still alive because you have a copy on your other chromosome. But deletions are going to destroy the human genome even before the accumulation of all these little teeny letter changes.